How long does it take to adapt to a new member?
We don't have to adapt to them. They have to adapt to us.
Too long.
How long
We've
is
been doing
that?
this a long time, so we've known Eddie for quite a few years.
Eddie's been part of the family for a long time. He and I slept on bunk beds. 131 Park Drive, and then what? 31 Peterborough? Yeah, so I've known Eddie for quite some time, and it's a good dynamic and everything because you hear all the diecast riffs that I was fucking around with and be like, that sounds like shit, dude. And then the ones that he thought were good, were like, give the thumbs up.
He stole them and brought them to his other project.
No, he didn't do that. There's other bands that did that. Come on now.
How do you respond to criticism regarding the band's change in sound over the years?
He does.
He does. Big guy. We just say, Big, what do you think about this? And we disavow all knowledge thereafter.
You know, it's got to be criticism when you grow. You try to go outside the box and break new ground, and you know, don't restrict yourself to boundaries. There's going to be people that are just, you know, stop buying music in '98 and that's all they want to hear. And there's people with open minds that like new things. We like to keep an open mind and make new things happen.
Yeah, look at active radio. I mean, you listen to any radio station across the country, and the largest. Well, did we all turn off our cell phones? You know.
I'm being pinged.
Oh, he's sonar. Hold on.
Sonar.
Hold on. Everybody, be quiet.
It's a new member.
All right, geez. Somebody put up the Periscope. We got to check on that one. Because... All right. Anyways, back to the question at hand. What was the question?
Criticism.
Oh, criticism.
Fuck you.
I know. Criticism's always good. I mean, like, constructive criticism's better, but criticism...
It's like opinions.
Point. Yeah, everybody's got their own opinion, you know, that kind of thing.
So, everybody's got one.
Yes.
Some people wipe with baby wipes, some people don't, so there's some left over on the edge.
Exactly. And the other thing, too, is, I mean, like, how many bands do you know, like, do, like, their main band, and they'll do, like, some sort of side project or whatever like that, you know?
Yeah.
I got a band called Carnivorous Erection that is making some ground right now. It's just, like, straight up death metal grind. And, is that...
I guess not.
No, we don't have service in here.
I do.
It's restricted. No, but you know the thing is like.
I'll grab Sean.
Sean Rounds.
Yeah, we can edit.
Yeah. Sean Rounds, everybody from Overcast.
He's not here yet.
Fuck. You know about that shit. Fuck. Anyways, you know, like the thing is like. Everybody's, you know, taste of music changes, but if you look at like active rock, sometimes you just turn it on and all of a sudden you hear, wow, I was listening to this when I was 13 years old. And then the next song you're like, oh shit, I remember that when I was at my senior prom. And for some reason there's so much music that's not current on active radio and everything, and it just kind of makes you wonder, it's like, what's going to be the next thing, and why don't they play things that have just been put out?
They don't take chances anymore.
They don't. And it's kind of scary, but...
New bands are not getting radio play because it's not safe.
Exactly.
Everybody's worried about money now.
Yeah.
I've heard you guys cover Danger Zone live.
Yes, we do.
Have you ever considered recording it?
We talked about that several times. We're going to record it ourselves.
Yeah, and Kenny Loggins has not gotten back to us, but I'm a big fan of Loggins and Messina, so obviously, you know, with any luck, we get to go ahead, and we'll follow that up with Christopher Robin, you know.
That was a song I wanted to do for many, many years.
I remember that being brought up a number of times. We used to do the Top Gun, the
guitar part.
We used to do that all the time, just, you know, just to fuck around or, you know, during sound check or whatever.
And we're like, let's just do the song.
And then he was like, yeah, let's do the song. And then we were just like, why the fuck not? You know, might as well, you know? Hit a target demographic that might, like, somebody in the back of the bar or whatever like that had one too many shots. Just like peeled over into a fucking garbage can, and all of a sudden they're like, Goose! Maverick! Oh my god!
Paul sends it out to Goose every night.
Yeah, Paul does send it out to Goose every night because that was a tragedy.
We did that on the Seven Dust tour, and people are still talking about it.
Yeah, people
We're
had a
gonna
good
find
time
Danger
with that.
Zone. It's the best thing in the world.
What is that song? How do I know that? Like, have you ever seen Top Gun? Yeah. Wait, is that from Top Gun? Yeah.
I have the soundtrack.
Yeah, we get the soundtrack.
Gets me going in the morning.
Kelly McGillis, Tom Cruise. And you know what really pisses me off? I'm just gonna say this, quick sidebar. Anybody that has a problem with Tom Cruise, you know what? Everybody's got their own religious beliefs. To each their own.
Let's not talk about crazy.
No, leave him be. No.
Went there too.
Yeah.
No, dude, just leave him.
Full on went there.
No, you know what? I went there because I like Tom Cruise. I think he's fucking cool. He's a Scientologist. More power to him. Live and let live.
So
Next
crazy
question.
somewhere else.
Any other covers you'd like to do?
I'd like to do Aha.
GQ magazine.
Take on Me. That'd be a nasty one.
Maxim magazine. I'll have breast implants at that point when I'm saving up.
And speaking of covers, how was it recording Slayer's Rain and Blood?
That was fun.
We did that with
We did it in a
producer
day.
Zeus.
Yeah, we did that with Zeus in a day.
He does most of basically all the Hatebreed albums and Shadows Fall, and it was fun doing a different approach with a different producer, and it was done in a day.
We
It was great. We had made our own thunder sounds. We took a tube
exactly.
amp and plugged it in, and just
Turn the
whacked it on
reverb
the
all the way
table.
up. Bang,
So
like
you had
that.
You know, the tube.
I remember talking to him the night before, and he was like, "Yes, do you have anything for the intro?" And I was like, "Shit, no," like that. So I signed online, got whale calls. I swear to God, if you listen to it, there's whale calls like 2 octaves down, going like, "Ooh," it just sounded like a whammy bar and shit like that. And I brought him that file. That went over the front, and we just fucking made our phone. We made our own thunder.
What head was that? A little Marshall, was it?
It was a mini Marshall stack. We just cranked a reverb on it. And
A little head, but
like that, and it sounded the part, you know, kind of thing. And I have to admit, when I played it for Kerry King, he was disappointed that we would take a song that he was part of writing and desecrate such a thing, but he did say, not bad.
From Kerry King,
that is,
Congratulations.
that's like the biggest
That's
compliment
gold.
I've ever gotten, exactly, you know, so.
You could take that to the bank.
And you can take that to the bank. What Steven Seagal movie is that from?
Steve Scott movie, which one?
Steven Seagal, was that
No idea.
Above
Take
the
that
Law?
to the bank. You got
Law, or
the
Mark for Death?
when he got killed.
Mark
He came
for
out
Death,
of
yeah,
he
yeah.
came out of the
Yeah, yeah.
hospital.
And you can take that to the bank. Hard to Kill.
There you go. Ding ding. Somebody's one, Bob.
I want the beers dented on both sides. Enjoy it. Thank you.
You mentioned working with Paul Trust. Why do you keep going back to him, and have you considered changing?
We work with him because he's great. What works well for it's almost like the Mutt Lange to Def Leppard is Paul Trust to us. He's like the 6th member we're there, and we've been coaxed to change by record label, and it's like, you guys got to go to somebody else. And it's like, if it's not broken, why are we going to go to somebody else? Certain songs come out the way they do. They would not have been on the albums if he wasn't there. So he's basically the 6th writing member. We get down there with all our stuff, and
Especially for like the most recent stuff, definitely. But
yeah, the demo stuff. The
I mean,
4 songs.
you guys heard of eBay, right? It's this little website. Yeah, I got an account on there. I sold my soul. I was like, you know what? Fuck. I'm broke. What can I get for this fucking piece of shit? Tattered soul. I got $35 and Paul Trust bought it. So, no, I'm just kidding. But Paul Trust has got a lot of great insights. And the thing is, too, is it's always nice to get a different opinion from somebody that hasn't been a part of the entire writing process, which is kind of just like a complete outside opinion. Which is
Different
always
perspective
nice.
on
It's
it.
a different perspective, and it always, you know, sometimes whatever will argue to the teeth. I mean, what about the Swamp Monster song that was going to turn into an opera?
Paul had an opera part, and
And it was
a little upset.
awesome. And it was awesome, and we should have recorded it, but we didn't. But it's okay. That'll be on the next record. It's a double disc, live / undead record.
What else is in store for Diecast in 2009?
A lot of hard work, a lot of sleepless nights,
Male
a
whoring,
lot of crying, coddling.
a lot of crying. I fell asleep in a ATM the other day.
How'd that go?
It's on. I don't know. There's a little website called Facebook. Google it. You know.
Wait, what's a Google?
A Google? A Google is, I think, the most amount of number. I think that's the biggest number that you can say without putting a precursor or a postcursor after it. Like, everybody's getting phone calls.
He's got the answer to that question.
Yeah, exactly. A Google.
When we
I think
can't answer it,
A Google has what 100 zeros after the 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a Googleplex is bigger than that.
And a Googleplex is bigger than that, and a Google squared or a Google or
It's
a
our support team.
Yes, yes. See, we got
All the bases
friends
are
in all the
covered.
right places, but like a Google to a Google degree would be the, you know, like pretty much as far as you can go. But if you go online, they actually have a website where Google is like this thing that finds things for you. It's kind of like a foraging badger.
Kinda
He
like
finds things. No, he's not a foraging badger.
He finds things.
Fine.
He finds things. But it's like it finds things for you on